Happy Friday, traders. Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with Jesse W. And today I have another trade recap for you. I took a handful of trades today and I actually went 1-4-3. But there is a lesson in this 1-4-3. And if you want to find out what it was, it's going to help you stay in the game longer. Stay tuned. Well, before we move on, make sure you subscribe so that you know when I upload all these videos. All right, remember, I upload trading recaps, I upload other trading material, and I upload other hustle material. You know, how to make money on your own, how to make money on your time. I got a new video popping up next week that I think you're going to love. It's going to show you how you, with just changing 2 simple habits, you can save yourself over $3,000 a year, all right, that you can use to invest, that you can use for vacation, that you can use to pay down debt if you have some. Let's jump right on into it. So today I had 3 trades total, and out of these 3 trades, I had 2 losers and 1 winner, okay? I am finishing the day red. There's no doubt about that. There's no way around it. Had I taken more size on my winning trade today, I would have definitely finished the day in the green. But I was already in the red, and taking that 3rd trade, okay, was a risk I was taking. Obviously, like any trade, had it gone against me, it could have made my red day much deeper had I been in my regular size. So I diminished that risk, and what I did was, by taking less shares, I mitigated that risk in the sense that had that trade gone against me, then my red day would have still been extra manageable and would have been within my rule. My rule, I have a few rules, and one of my rules is my max loss on a day is $150. If I lose 150 bucks on the day, maximum 200, I'm done for the day. I will not keep trading. Also, if I have 3 losing trades, I am done for the day. I'm no longer going to keep trading for that day. Those are 2 of some of my rules. Okay, so that is why I took less size on my winning trade today. But the lesson here in this trade is that by mitigating that risk, I was able to get in on that trade, and by letting it run a little bit, I was able to cut my loss on the day, my red on the day, by 50%. Let me see. Yeah, a little bit more than 50%. I cut my loss on the day, my red day. So that one trade made up 50% of the red I already had on my previous 2 trades, showing you that my previous 2 trades were very small losses in comparisons to my winning trade. And that's what we always want to do, okay? That's how we're going to get those winners to be bigger. So my losing trade was, see if I can get my trade ideas here to work. There we go. My losing trade was on TBLT. That was one losing trade. Let me show you this. I'm going to bring this chart down here for you. This, you'll see it. It looked picture perfect. If you don't look at this red candle right here, and you just look at this, what do you see? See a beautiful bull flag on a very nice volume bar at the open on a low float stock, okay? This stock only has 4.6 million shares in their float. So I got in on this stock right here, and I got in, I believe, on this candle or this candle, one of these 2 candles, and I held through this consolidation expecting a very nice pop over $2. And if we got over $2, we had room. Let's look at the daily. That's the daily right here. If we would have popped over $2, we had room to 230, easily, you know, 250, 260 area. So there was room for that trade to work itself out, but it failed. And on this candle right here, I stopped out, and I don't remember, I lost 18 cents a share. But I was only in a tier 1 here, so I was only in a starter or feeler position here of 250 shares. So my loss was very minimal. I was able to mitigate that loss. My plan would have been to add as we broke through this downtrend. Had we broken through this and broken through this $2, I would have added and then just taken profit as we squeezed up. Okay, so that was my one losing trade. My second losing trade was FTK. Now FTK was, you know what, let me show you this one on the E-Trade. just because it's going to be simpler. Let's go to FTK. FTK. Oh, and the live action here I have recorded, I will show you shortly, as soon as we get through this. So FTK, we had this real big gap up on news. All right, this gap, this stock actually closed at a 95% on the day, so it had a good day. But I was looking for this double bottom type play and then squeeze through the highs, and go on to $3, and 325 would have been the next target. I was in this again on a starter position right here under VWAP. As we broke over VWAP, I added to my position, and I was looking to start taking profit as we started to squeeze to $3 and over. But it didn't happen. We squeezed over VWAP and we started to fail, stopped out again. This time I was in a little bit larger position, kind of like a tier 2, let's say. I had 500 shares. I would have liked to have probably had 1,000 shares of this stock, but I had 500 shares. We pulled back, and on that one I lost about 6 cents a share on that one. Okay, bringing my day roughly to, what was it, about 6-7 cents. Bringing my day red to $124 with commissions. So I went about my day, and I kept one of my plays on watch, which was SAEX. See here on my watch list. You can see my watch list right here. Can you see it? Where'd it go? That's not it. I'm sorry, it's right here. SAEX. I had it on my watch list from this morning. I put it on Twitter, stock tweets, everything. It was my #1 watch, and it was just not doing much after the open. If we come here and we take a look at it, it was very choppy. You see, we opened up, we pushed, then we came all the way back down to test the low of the day, then back up, then down. I mean, it was just choppy. It went off, made this new high, back all the way back down here to, like almost close to the low of the day, 422. Low of the day was 413-ish, 414 actually. And it was just very choppy. So I kind of like always kept it, on watch all day long. And then we started to squeeze here. This is when I started to take notice. And I didn't even have my broker open. I didn't have E-Trade up. I just had my charts, my trade ideas, and it squeezed. When it squeezed up, I immediately brought up my broker and I wanted to take a trade in this, but it needed to set itself up for me. We had this big action here when it squeezed. We broke through. We started kind of like to flag here. And in this little flag here is where I got long, okay? Now, the reason why I got long here is because if you notice here, this blue line is the 9 EMA. The stock popped off of it, came back down, tested it, popped back off. So that was two, times that it showed support on the 9 EMA with good volume both times. Look at this volume bar. So I thought, hey, why not? 250 shares, very small size. If it goes against me, I'm risking maybe 5 cents, maybe 7 cents from my entry, and I have a shot at making a decent amount of profit here. So that's exactly what I did. I jumped in here. Here are my orders. 546 is where I jumped in. My stop was going to be right around 540, 538, and my target was high a day. Now, any other time, I would have taken more shares and sold into that squeeze through high a day, okay? But I'm already red on the day, okay? So listen to how I mitigate this. I'm already red on the day. I don't want to get myself into a bigger hole than I am already in. And I want to take profit to chip away at my red day. I don't want to just try to win it all back on one trade. That's a recipe for disaster, okay? So just very small shares. I'm just looking to chip away at that red day. In at 546, out at 574, okay? That's a really good move. That's a really good move right there. I knocked my red day down by over 50% easily, okay? So we're talking about here, let's do this math real quick. We're talking about I made 574, 6, made 28 cents, almost 30 cents a share on that one trade right there. And it was a good one. I got in on this candle right here, this little red candle right here. I got in on it, and I sold into that push. I would have ideally liked to have held for a $6 test, because that would have been my real plan. But since I'm already red on the day, I don't want to push it. I don't want to overstay my welcome. I took my profit as we pushed. Nice volume, and it was great. Just sold the whole position at that point and booked my profit, knocked down my, my red day down by over half. I mean, that's a great win for me. I'm happy now going into the weekend, into next week. We got to keep SAEX on watch next week because it has, a lot of potential still. Let's take a look at this daily. You can take a look here. There's a lot of potential here on SAEX. Okay. It broke through its 50-day. This is the third day of the move. We might see some consolidation going on next week before it moves on higher. We might see some inside candle days, posted up in here, kind of like a flag pattern on the daily. I love flag patterns on the daily. So guys, before I forget, here is the live, recording of, not the trade, because unfortunately I did not have my recording set up. I thought I did while I was trading today. But here is the close on SAEX. See, this is the move that I traded right here. Okay, I bought on this dip on the flag and I sold on the push. And then this is the close, really, the last 3 minutes of SAEX closing. You can see, this thing's traded already 5 million shares of volume, 5.8, almost 6 million on its way there. And it had, a very small float, so it's traded a lot. Now, what you normally see here, especially on Fridays, is short squeezes, is because shorts aren't going to cover over the weekend because you don't know what's going to happen over the weekend. Some news might pop up, and then shorts get squeezed out of their positions. And Monday comes up, the stock gaps up, $3-4, and you're still in there short. It's going to hurt. So that's why you generally, you will see some squeezes like this happen into the close on Fridays. And then that's what we were kind of seeing here, we were kind of seeing that happen a lot with SAEX as shorts have been piling into it, for the past 3 days, thinking they're just going to be able to short it to death. And look, even if you look at the daily, you can imagine shorts piling in here at 470, 460s, 470, again, 460s, 470. You would be really confident if you were a short here. And then that's what happens. That's a 15-minute chart on SAEX. You see here, it's just kind of consolidating above 575. And I mean, we're still here in after hours and we are above 575. So this consolidation that you see going on here, okay, right over this high is still holding true. And you can see here the level 2 as, we got sellers stacked up there at $6, but the buyers aren't afraid. The buyers are here, they're bidding and they're hitting that ask as well. We see here like somebody sold at 593, but you can see the stock is still holding strong. It's still holding strong into the close. And I mean, it closes strong if you ask me, even though we have this little pullback here and we hit that 575 into the close, it closes strong. And you can see here in after hours, look at it right there in after hours, we're still holding that 570 area as support. But that's pretty much it for me as far as trading. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll be doing some work this weekend on some more videos. And let me know what you traded. What did you trade today? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel with your friends. Talk to you later.